Okay.
You did.
Welcome back to the throne room.
Throne room.
I just spit everywhere.
I
So
think I
much.
saw it on the camera.
Oh wow, that's gross. Welcome back to the throne room. We got the Holy Trinity. Not really, but basically, Josh is back from his sabbatical. Welcome.
I don't know what that means.
It means like you. It's like a vacation. It's like a vacation,
A
but
holy
like for
vacation.
yourself. It's like a
Oh,
self.
a mecation.
Yeah, it's a
I had,
mecation.
I had to take a me day.
He needed a personal weekend. You know.
That was the text.
Yeah. I'm back with what was your name again?
Hi, Alex. Nice to meet you.
Alex.
Hey, Alex.
That's the first time you've shooken my hand like an adult.
Shooketh.
He said
Shooketh.
shooketh.
Shooketh my hand. Shooketh my hand. It's
Part of
messed
my
up.
growth.
Okay, all right.
Okay.
Relax. Okay, welcome back. It's good to have everyone on the show.
Everyone.
Again.
Yeah, we're fully
Again.
stocked with staff. You know, we have normal chairs. She's on a what's it called? A hamper?
Laundry.
A plastic
Yeah.
hamper.
A hamper.
It might fall, so.
Oh, you're
Bear
fine.
with me.
You're fine. You'll be
It'll
fine.
break.
You'll be fine. Yeah.
Yeah.
She's fine. But welcome back. How are y'all doing?
I'm good. I had a long week. It was my test week, so.
Yeah.
But now I'm on the up.
That's mine. I got test week this week. So do you.
Same.
So.
Yep.
Anyway, y'all got any comments before we start off with the show?
No, we can.
Got a great show today.
Good what's
Gr-
poppin'.
Great what's poppin'. We're gonna talk about some of the things that y'all suggested on the Instagram. So if you don't know how to add your topic suggestions, go on Instagram, follow us, DM us, let us know what you want to talk about,
Or do the surveys.
or do the surveys. If you want to be an even better freaking person on the universe, go to patreon.com/thethrone-room, become a patron, become either an intern, a producer, or an executive producer. Or if you want to be cheap, go to Apple Podcasts, leave us a review, and just do that.
It's the equivalent.
For those of you who listen on audio only still, which, you know, come to YouTube, subscribe on YouTube, go like all our stuff. Anyway, Units and Eulogies. This is a segment every week where we talk about sports. Well, I guess where I talk about sports.
I join in.
Okay,
I
don't
join
get
in.
mad. Don't get mad. Don't get mad. This isn't your show.
When I am the subject
This is
matter
our
expert,
show.
I
This
will
is
speak.
this is our show. Don't get mad.
We.
Okay, this I'm gonna try to be as unbiased as possible because, you know, we are A&M students and Myles Garrett is a product of.
But he didn't do anything wrong.
Yeah, I agree. Okay, now he's of course we all know, I watched it live. I watched Myles Garrett come over the top with
that
just
sick
helmet.
whip.
Yeah, dude. Just. Anyway, that
So
was
ugly.
yeah. We're gonna.
Gosh.
Anyway, thanks
That
for
will
watching.
be edited out.
Yeah.
We'll fix it in post.
It's horrible.
But anyway, almost takes Mason Rudolph's head, which is the Steelers quarterback. Not Mason Rudolph. Myles Garrett was suspended for basically attempted murder, and he's coming out, which is so funny to me.
Coming out?
Yeah, he's out of the closet
Oh,
now.
okay,
Yeah. So, but it's so funny to me because, like, you can get like 6 to 8 week suspensions for smoking weed, and, you know, literally like 4 games off for Myles Garrett. Now, granted, it was towards the end of the season, so I get it, and it was an
Yeah.
indefinite suspension, but they could have kept that thing going. I mean,
Till next season.
This is an aggressive assault against somebody. I mean,
Okay,
it's attempted
now-
murder.
Now they were both gonna do it. Myles Garrett just did it first and
Right.
better,
Right.
and that's the dilemma. The
Yeah.
other dude would have done it too.
Yeah. Well, so he basically came out and said that, hey, Mason Rudolph, and I quote, called me a stupid N-word. And then he kind of went on about this thing about how he doesn't really say it, which is I respect. I have mad respect for that. And which I don't really care. If you want to say it, you can say it. I could care less, honestly. I couldn't
you
care
could.
less. Is that what's the
White.
I
Couldn't
couldn't
care.
care. I
I couldn't care less if you said it or
Couldn't care
not,
less.
to be honest with you, Myles Garrett. But I respect your stance on it. However, Mason Rudolph very quickly took to Twitter and said this is an aggressive attack on my character, and it's an assassination of my character, or something like that.
Tagged him physically and
Yeah.
and his person.
Now I'm like of the position, and again, A&M bias aside, Myles Garrett's a great guy.
Mm-hmm.
He's not like the type of dude to just like go making stuff up. So with that being said, Mason Rudolph, chances are probably called him the N-word.
In the heat of the moment, he probably did.
There's no other way. There's no other real explanation as to why Myles Garrett, who seems like a person that has
Level-headed person.
very level-headed, very like good head on his shoulders, not fiery. I mean, he has controlled aggression, but that's just on the field.
Yeah.
I mean, that's completely out of character. So chances are Mason Rudolph probably called him the N-word. That's, of course you're going to defend yourself there because you can get
No one wants
get
to be the
canceled.
guy. No one wants to be the guy that got slammed and then said that.
Right, exactly. It turns out that you probably deserved it. But yeah, I mean, so there's all that. And so we'll see. I guess it's sort of a dead end now because it's one man's word.
It's done.
Yeah, one man's word on another man's word. I'm about to sneeze, so.
Bless you.
Do it.
Hey!
Blessings.
Shout out to the coronavirus. Okay,
We'll get into that later.
yeah, so
Our
What's
set,
up?
Please subscribe and be a patron. Our set is falling down around us.
literally, please go on Patreon.
We add one person into this lineup, and the whole entire building is collapsing around us.
Hey,
We're
my
max
laundry
capacity.
basket's doing pretty good right now, so.
We're-
Heaven forbid we have a 4-guest show.
Oh, we
we
can
will.
do it. We have another mic
We will.
ready. We'll have Alyssa on, or some, but we'll have your sister on, even though she doesn't want to be on.
Well, she might.
So now that the regular season and postseason of the NFL
What
is
is
done,
the XFL?
the XFL? Okay, it's a new league, and literally we've talked about it before on Unity
I know we've
Villages.
talked about it, but I just kind of sit there like,
Okay, it's
So, like, in
it's
between?
it's a league that they started.
Wow.
An ex-NFL player started it. I
That's
forgot
That
where
why
his
the
name.
it's
X
X?
comes.
No.
Oh.
Okay, maybe. It's literally just XFL. And in the highlights I've seen, it's they don't have any real regulations on. By the way, we're eating
Sweet.
candies. Not say the name because I'd be giving it.
But
Yes.
they look like
It looks like that. It's Valentine's
And
Day
they're,
candies.
they're sweet,
Mhm.
but a little tart.
Okay.
Wait, okay, is the XNFL, is that like
It's not. No, it's not. It's not the XNFL. It's just the XFL.
XFL,
Yeah.
okay.
The league
But
of
like, is that in
anti-NFL.
between something?
No,
It's meant to be in between college and like something.
It is a professional league officially,
Okay.
but effectively, it's like a feeder league into the NFL.
NFL. Okay.
And so,
What's the NFL?
the National Football League.
Got it.
Your dad literally played in it.
I don't know her.
Right. So anyway, this is effectively going to be like if the NFL scouts, if teams really like what you're doing on the field on Sundays, then they will be like, hey, come play for the Bengals because we're the worst team in the NFL and we need help.
The Bengals.
Yeah.
The Bengals.
Okay.
The Cincinnati Bengals?
Bengals.
What do you...
You're saying Bengals. It's Bengals.
Bengals.
The Cincinnati
eight.
Bengals?
Bengals.
Leave it.
Am I saying that wrong?
Yeah.
Yes, but
Shout out to Rihanna.
continuing.
R-E-Y.
Yeah, I misspelled Rihanna
That would
last
make
night.
it Rihanna. In his
I know.
Yes.
I know. I was trying to, because I was looking up Rihanna and I was, but I misspelled it on Twitter.
R-E-Y.
I put R-E-Y.
Rihanna.
Rihanna.
Anyway, so the Bengals.
Yeah, the Bengals. So the Bengals. I don't know. I've been saying Bengals all my life. Nobody's ever caught on.
They're horrible friends.
I think
Whoever's letting me say Bengals, I'm gonna hit you.
Bengals. Yeah.
I'm gonna hit you.
The Bengals.
The Bengals. Cincinnati Bengals.
Cincinnati Bengals. Okay.
Cincinnati
But
Bengals.
I've seen some of the highlights. Now, the thing that is going to be the hardest thing, 'cause, it's like an uphill climb, right? So when you're going up against the NFL, I mean, effectively you're in competition with this league because either number one, the NFL is going to want to recruit your players, and number two, it's going to have a lot more TV time. It's going to have a lot more coverage, and people don't really seem to care. Because you have to buy enough seats. I mean, this is what we saw with the AAF last year. I guess last spring was when the AAF was going on.
Is that still a thing?
No,
Okay.
they had to go out of business because nobody was nobody was buying tickets, nobody was buying merch.
So do you think this is gonna last?
That's the thing. That's sort of it's a very similar battle. Funding is always going to be an issue, not for the NFL because it's the most watched sport. Among what?
Alyssa might fight you on that.
Well, she'd be wrong.
Okay.
I mean,
I'm
it's
just
kinda
saying
hard.
she might. I'm just speaking for her. 'Cause
I mean,
she'll probably eventually be here.
That's fine, because
Soccer.
We'll put on the
like
gloves.
we've said on the shows and previous, 2 plus 2 is 4. If you want to fight me on that and say that 2 plus 2 equals 3,
Spell
you
Rihanna.
can.
Even though
Yeah, I'm not good at
God-
spelling. Yeah, even though that it's not, you can fight me on it, but you're gonna lose just inherently because facts are facts, and you kind of can't argue with those. Anyway, so like I was saying, funding's always going to be an issue for the XFL. It's going to take them a while to establish kind of a fan base, to get the fans, the audience, to know the players, to know the quarterback of that team. You need to have incentive to watch. Now, the incentive to watch, like we've covered before, is that the XFL needs to be at a faster pace than the NFL, which they've already had rules to start doing that. They have an altered kickoff, where they have an altered rules for extra points, and that now I think the NFL's really taking it seriously because they've altered their rules to kind of match with the XFL. And so really what it comes down to is, can they keep the doors open? Can they establish a fan base? And another big thing that's keeping people at least some interest in the XFL is that there's not as many hitting regulations. Now, I've seen some of these highlights from the XFL. People are getting their bell rung. I mean, people are hitting hard. Like, it's not like if you saw some of these hits in the NFL, people would be getting ejected.
Well, that's what people want.
And
though,
that's
so
what
there you
people
go.
want. So that's what's gonna attract people, to this league. And there's one player on Houston. I don't know his name, but he plays for the Houston team. And I don't even see. It's bad because I don't even know the team's names. That's the problem for everyone that's kind of getting into this.
So many.
How am
Yeah.
I gonna know the names?
Oh, right. Yeah, I don't know. But there is one guy that has a nickname, and his nickname is the Hitman. And he already has a highlight reel of just him knocking players out. And it's only they're 2 games in. So, if they can kind of get star players where people want to buy their jerseys. They need heroes. Because, we grew up watching Peyton Manning, Brett Favre, Tom Brady for a little bit
Maybe
in
they
his
should
early
give
years.
them nicknames, superhero names.
Something like that, yeah. But that's the climb. So we'll keep everybody updated. I know y'all are going to be watching the news. I'll definitely be watching the news to see kind of where the economics are going for the XFL. But that's units and eulogies.
All right, wait.
Oh,
that
what's
kind of
up?
that
Go ahead.
brings up to my mind because I recently,
baby.
I like fighting sports.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I recently discovered the bare knuckle boxing fighting federation. I didn't realize how much padding saves you on those gloves.
Mm-hmm.
They have to stop the fights every 10 seconds because someone will just deliver this haymaker that throws the mouth guard out, and they're like, wait,
Oh my god.
keep the teeth.
Yeah.
And so it's kind of funny because it's a small room, and it looks like a UFC, but it's so blacked out that it's not a stadium.
Yeah.
It's just a small room of people
Yeah.
watching these guys beat each other.
Yeah.
And it's pretty intense, but they're getting a bigger following because their claim to fame is it's more brutal than normal fighting
right.
sports.
It's
But yeah,
people are
they have
dying.
everything except the knuckles wrapped up, and they're just.
Oh man. Would you do it?
I wouldn't. No, I've seen some of some of these guys have 5 fights and then they don't fight anymore because they got a bad
Yeah.
eye injury.
Yeah.
They got their this fractured
Oh.
off of a good hit.
And this part of your skull, the front part of your skull,
Is a
is
plate.
the most
Frontal lobe.
protective.
Yeah.
It's the most protected part of your head. The sides and the back is not even close.
Yeah,
to
so there's less rules and more and no padding. So they're just saying, and these guys are getting taken hit. The knockouts are quicker, so it's quicker. But they're also having to stop. Put the mouth guard in. I'm
Yeah.
that's not
Or,
doing much.
Is there rules about how bloody you can get? Because people get cut up.
They'll pause to wipe them down, but they're pretty
Yeah.
Vaselined up, I guess, to
You gotta
keep them from.
I would imagine you
And
gotta
I
get
think-
shots.
I think they're throwing kicks too. I think they have I think they're allowed to kick also, but there's no to the ground stuff. But it's pretty violent. It's blood sport right there.
Yeah, that's Coliseum.
But it's getting a bigger fan base. So
What's this thing on? It's have you seen it on Barstool? Or Barstool post stuff about it, but it's just random rednecks across the country that are talking crap about each
we
other.
know we have that at Shiner, right?
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Me and my buddies have gone to a Shiner fight night before. We're practicing
go.
boxing in the hopes that senior year we might
Do it.
throw away our lives.
It's like Rough and Rowdy or something like that.
No,
I'd
some
do
of
it.
those guys know like no actual like. There's a guy in the Corps that's got a pretty good track record.
Yeah.
In
Dang.
Shiner Fight Night.
Would you do it?
No.
Why
Look at
not?
the face.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
I feel like I'd get one good hit to the face and be like, stop.
Yeah.
Stop.
That's
Hey,
all
whoa.
it takes. Like,
Yeah.
why? This is stupid. This is stupid.
This is just stupid. Okay. Have you seen Robert Pattinson's Batman
Yeah.
cowl? Do you like
Robert-
it?
I'm confused.
I don't get the. He has like a neck brace on. I don't get that. That's my
I
only
know.
quarrel with it.
So if he gets a
Mhm.
haymaker,
Yeah.
ah.
Like you can't like turn his head because he's got like a neck brace.
And that's the thing. He's gonna be swiveling
Yeah.
his whole body.
Yeah. It seems to be. Was it Michael Keaton that had the rubber suit
Yes.
and he like couldn't move his head at all?
Yeah.
Even Christian's Bale. Christian's
Christian
Bale.
Bale.
Even Christian Bale's in Batman Begins, his cowl was like all stiff.
Yeah.
There's that scene where he's asking Lucius Fox like, "Hey, I need to be able to move my head side to side."
Yeah.
But I mean, you obviously haven't seen it. You don't care about superheroes,
No, that's all y'all.
though. Okay. Well, you just stop me whenever you want to talk
Okay,
about something
when I wanna talk about the
because
girls.
I don't
Yeah.
know. I don't know what it's about. I haven't looked into it much, but I saw like set photos the other day, and it was a bunch of like guys with black and white face paint. And, like, I can't remember the terms for what they're called, and I don't want to say something offensive. But you know what I'm talking about? Those people that
we'll
like
fix it in post.
they're those rednecks that they like wear the like black and white face paint, like Kiss almost. I don't know what they're called, but it's close enough to some like offensive term that I'm not even gonna
Okay.
attempt it.
Okay.
But
Put beep. when you
Yeah.
use it.
Yeah.
yeah, no, I'm not even gonna try. But yeah, no, it was basically that, and it was a bunch of fat guys like that, and they're all like mugging a homeless guy, and that was like from the set, and I was like, huh, I have no clue what this is connected to.
I bet that's probably just like an opening scene, like, "There's crime in Gotham. The Batman is gonna save us
There's
all."
insert whatever the term is, punching homeless people.
You're gonna have to tell me after the show.
I'm gonna look it up while we do it.
Okay, I think it looks good. My only thing with it is, again, there's like a weird like neck brace thing, and I don't really know how you're gonna be like if I'm like, obviously Batman needs to be stealthy. So if I'm like behind a wall, I'm not saying he's gonna have to do this, but yeah, if I look over like a corner, like, hey, what's going on? Is he still over there? Is he still over there? What's going on? Like, I'm not gonna be able to do that because my freaking thing is here. I'm gonna be like, I have to move my whole body over here, make myself more visible.
Right.
So,
Store your whole body out
did you find it there, big guy?
It is. Now I'm looking up if it's a bad word.
Oh, it is a bad word.
That is a bad word.
100%. What was it? Let me see.
I'm pretty sure that's a bad word.
Is that? I don't think
Yeah,
that's.
I think
bad
that's like
word.
a
Yeah.
racial
That's a
slur.
bad word.
Yeah,
No.
that's a
Closer
racial
to-
slur.
Yeah.
Right.
Well,
Either way.
Either way.
hi, Mom.
Oh yeah. that's
No,
true.
it's not. That's not it. That's not the bad word. That's
It's
not
close
it.
Not.
to
It's
that.
close
It's
enough
close
to
to
it
that,
that I'm
yeah.
not gonna say
No.
it.
Yeah, that's just
That's not the-
one letter is pretty
Yes.
much. Yeah. Okay. Anyway.
There are people that really like a clown group or the psycho clown posse.
Mm-hmm.
That'll
Okay.
help you find the word.
Okay. Sick. So we'll keep you. I mean, it's supposed to film in like 2021, so we got a while.
Well, let's start
But-
filming.
No, I know, but I think it comes out in 2021. Yeah, excuse me.
okay.
They did start filming, but it's supposed to come out in 2021. I think.
22.
I didn't realize.
Hey.
I didn't realize Ewan McGregor was playing Black Mask in Birds of Prey.
Oh, I didn't know that either.
Because I really like. That's one of my favorite Batman villains.
Yeah.
I don't know
get.
why. I was always just like, I really like this. Black
Well, I guess.
Mask,
I
even though-
guess. Yeah.
Is that blackface technically?
Yes. Well,
But he didn't put
Maybe.
it on. He was forced to have it on.
he wasn't
At
forced.
least in the comic book.
Yeah. Yeah. Did you watch the Watchmen series?
Yeah.
You watched it? Was it good?
I liked it.
I heard it was pretty good. I heard the ending was like, whoa, like really deep.
Yeah.
But-
That's how the original Watchmen movie was.
Yeah, I haven't seen it. Anyway,
Now we get into the coronavirus.
Yeah,
This
why
is
don't you-
everything I just added.
yeah, go ahead.
So it was like softly, like, because now it's a conspiracy theory, but people say there's been satellite images of mass cremations outside of Wuhan,
Mm.
like burning bodies in mass. But like, if you've been seeing There's videos of like people in hazmat suits with guns just walking around China, going like through the slums.
Oh my god.
So I am one of those that does not believe China's being like, yeah, it's not that bad.
Mm-hmm.
It's bad, but it's not bad. But no, I think they're going door to door. In addition, my friend was telling me, because like how they like hate Christians and Muslims in China.
Mm-hmm.
He thinks they're like using this to like cover up like the genocide of the Christian and Muslim population.
Oh shit.
That they're using this as a reason to like target them, be like, oh,
Yeah.
they died of corona.
Right. Dang. Well,
I hadn't even thought about possible conspiracy. I was just like, oh, that's just happening.
we haven't heard much about the revolution since this happened.
Oh, they burned down a hospital, but now this is like, I think this has become a like, all right, calm down, kids. We
Yeah.
gotta stop the Black Plague.
Yeah, before we deal with
They did
Communism.
burn down a Hong Kong hospital, and they were like, no, we need to solve this before we get to corona.
Mm-hmm.
But I think
What do you think is more important?
I think they need to fix the coronavirus
Yeah.
thing because it's in the heart of it.
Correct. Yeah.
But this is just another perfect sign that like communist governments aren't really capable of properly handling a viral outbreak.
Yeah. Right. Well, it hit our hometown, so
It did.
it hit San
It's in
Antonio.
San
Yeah.
San Antonio.
Oh.
Yeah.
I know someone in France died this morning of it, so that's the first confirmed out of Asia death.
Yeah.
Jeez.
That's wild, man.
And then the next thing was about the there's a cruise ship that like left China, or it had some Chinese citizen on it, and it left, and it's just quarantined down the ocean right now.
Yeah, because they can't dock. Yeah.
They have to airdrop supplies to it. They're trying to get all the Americans out right now. The U.S. government is.
Mm-hmm. Right.
But I mean,
You're
that
stuck.
sucks.
You're stuck. I mean,
I went on a cruise and it was fun for the first half.
mm-hmm.
I didn't enjoy the second half because it just got boring. It was the same thing.
Yeah.
Imagine the full like extra,
Dude.
but now it's also Plague Inc. the game.
Dude, have you been on a cruise, right?
I got sick, so that was not a fun experience for me. So to be
What'd you get
stuck
sick
out
of?
there,
Yeah, I
the
think
seasickness.
they're out at like the open
Yeah,
ocean.
no. See, I would have a horrible time.
Do you think they're going in? I mean, they can't just be going in circles. That takes up
No,
fuel.
I think they're just docked, or I mean,
They're just like,
floating.
anchored away
yeah.
out in
Okay.
the sea.
Dude, I went on a cruise and to Alaska, but when we docked, like when we were done with our trip, the very next trip out,
Yeah, that's how it goes.
some woman like jumped off and like committed suicide
Oh my.
on the exact same ship on the exact same like route into like the icy waters of Alaska.
Jeez.
Instantly dead.
Well, I was ready to do that a couple days in. No, no, that's bad.
That's bad. That's really bad.
That's very bad.
That's very bad.
That's
and
dark.
it's
Are
not
you
something
okay?
I would.
in
That's
wake
an example of what we would not say.
of right. We can't say that. No. But anyway.
Yeah, but so they got them on. So they're trying to get the U.S. people out right now, and then they just kind of like airdrop care packages of food in.
But it's a
Hunger
Chinese
Games.
cruise ship.
I think it's a Japanese cruise ship that
Okay.
had a Chinese dude with corona. And, he's over there. What's up, man? Just spreading it around.
Well, and regardless of Corona or not, like cruise ships like spread the most.
Oh
Like-
yeah.
If you have the flu, chances are you're gonna get at least like 15 people sick.
Right. I've
You
seen
know.
a couple cases where they've had to stop boats and
Mhm.
check on whoever
Mhm.
sick at the moment. They're like,
Yeah.
possible corona.
Yeah,
But
literally.
it has power at least because you remember like a few years ago that one like ship ran out of power, or did it turn upside down or something?
Oh,
like
something
that?
like that. It like
It was
yeah.
yeah, and so they had to like all poop in a corner.
Mm,
What?
Yeah, at least it's not like that. Like it
Yeah.
has power and everything.
yeah.
You're just sick.
That guy was just like in one like side of the ship, and everybody else is like
On the other.
at the top floor while he's at the bottom or something. I
Well,
don't know.
no, now it's like pretty even, like a 30-70. It's not like one dude has coronavirus. There's like multiple people on the ship with it.
Oh Lord.
That's why the whole ship is quarantined.
Yeah. Burn the ship.
That's awful.
Just kidding. What's
Throw
that
away the
movie?
whole
What's
ship.
that movie about the ship like turning over?
Titanic.
No, no.
Talking
It's
about,
like
you're talking about that. Oh, I know what you mean.
it's not that old. Or it's not that.
Yeah, I was thinking of the scene from 2012, but now I know what movie you're talking about. where
Yeah,
the
it's
cruise
like-
ship turns over,
Yeah. It's like
capsized or something. I don't
something
know.
like that. I don't know.
Titanic.
Leave it down in the comments.
Or
It's
just
not,
not
Titanic.
Titanic.
It's not Titanic. It's like a
Titanic.
modern cruise ship.
Titanic.
Yeah.
Yes. Now we can talk about this clip. So you said you didn't see it, or
Which one?
the airplane
Oh yeah, the guy punching the seat. I saw the headline.
Well, so it's kind of weird because there's no one knows what happened before. It's just hearsay. But so it's her like sitting there like smiling, recording this dude while he's just sitting there on his iPad, and then he starts hitting her seat. Not like good,
Yeah.
but he's like boom, 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 boom.
Mm-hmm.
But he's in the back row where you can't recline or anything.
Yeah,
And she's like,
getting in him. Yeah,
he's
getting in his business. yeah.
Yeah, no, she's in it, and I mean, like, I don't know. I was talking with my girlfriend about it, and she goes,
You have a girlfriend?
yes.
Hi,
Maybe.
Sam.
Really?
Hi, Sam.
Okay. Hi, Sam.
So, she was saying, like, that's kind of rude of him to do, but I was like, thinking, like, airport, I never personally recline my seat no matter where I'm at,
Mm-hmm.
because I, like, feel bad if I'm just, like,
Yeah.
into the guy behind me.
And what's the purpose?
Well, it's
You're gonna be uncomfortable either way.
No, what's the purpose of like doing it to some guy or
Yeah.
some girl? It doesn't, I'm not saying gender has
I
And
was
anything
like,
to
so
do.
excuse
from,
me?
from how it went, like, she said that he was just hitting the chair right off the bat, so she reclined
Okay.
to, like, annoy him or something. I don't
okay.
know.
I
Yeah.
might have done the same thing. I'm gonna be honest with you.
But I feel like that's just I don't know. I want to know what happened before, and then like apparently like one of the ladies that's on the airline, she like
Stewardess.
the steward, she berated her for like being like, why are you reclined onto this dude?
Yeah.
She like berated him, and she's like, as he's like hitting the chair, the stewardess is like, why are you backed up into this dude? Why are you bothering him?
Because he's hitting my chair.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like either he's like mentally ill,
Mm.
or there has to be something that instigated it. Cause like me, I could see myself doing that
Yeah.
if I was instigated enough
Yeah.
into doing it.
Yeah. If you just started backing up into me,
Like maybe she
And I-
backed up, and he was like, "Hey, can you not do that?" And she went further, or he was like, "Hey, can you give me room?" And he's like, "Okay, you want to be a little kid?"
yeah, I'll
We'll
be a little kid.
kid.
Yeah. Exactly.
I don't know. There's just not enough context. But no, now she's not suing him. She's suing American Airlines.
Well, she's going for the bag. She's getting the bag. 'Cause you think a guy on a
Flipping and
freaking
tumbling.
American Airlines like plane has a buttload of money just in commercial sitting in the back of the plane? She's going for the whole company. She's
Yep.
going for the jugular.
Yep.
She's getting the bag.
I would too.
I
if the
respect the move.
I would too if the stewardess was like, "Why you backed up into this
Yeah,
guy?"
I'd be like,
as he's like,
I'd be like, gender discrimination goes to Twitter, gets canceled, gets the whole airline canceled.
Right.
yeah, shut down America.
What
Yeah.
airline got canceled for a hot second there?
I think it was American for the stewardess like beating some chick up, some old lady up.
Yeah.
Or they like no, it was that or they like pulled some old dude out of his chair and like said
That
that.
one. Yeah. What,
Yeah, I
is
think that was American or United, but I want to say it was
Delta or
United.
something. Unite?
American. It was American, not yeah. It was American.
You Americans.
Airline,
United.
you know, airlines they do one bad thing
Yeah,
And they get
and they
blown
go up on the news, but then it's like,
I think American did like
who you
2
gonna,
or 3.
Who you gonna
though.
fly with?
Yeah.
What you gonna walk there? You
So-
gonna drive there?
I'm gonna take a boat to Arizona. Yeah.
What are you gonna do?
What are you
You
gonna do?
need us. What are
Yeah.
you gonna do?
Are you gonna fly to your Aunt Becky in China with the coronavirus? No.
Gosh.
You gonna swim there? You gonna swim there?
Nah, you're gonna go on AmericanAirlines.com
Was Aquaman gonna take you?
and you're gonna buy a ticket.
Freaking Aquaman.
Are you gonna enjoy the flight? No. Someone gonna hit the back of your chair? Yeah.
Awkward.
Yeah.
Is it gonna get in the news? Yeah. But guess what? You're still gonna sign back up with us.
And you're gonna sue the airline. You're gonna get millions of
You're
dollars.
gonna give me 3 stars at the
Dude,
end of your flight.
I can't imagine. Like you remember, people like a woman got millions of dollars because she sued McDonald's
I had a whole
when
like,
she spilled her coffee on
I had
herself.
a whole 2 weeks about that in a class one time. She had every right to. The coffee was actually a lot hotter than it was supposed to be.
How hot can you get coffee?
They didn't have temperature regulators on it at the start, and they like had some old cold batch, and they're like, "We need to heat this up quick," and so that thing got hot, and like
Yeah.
it was like bubbling in the
Probably
cup.
put it in the frying.
Okay,
oil.
but still, you're gonna spill the freaking coffee on yourself and not expect it to be hot?
Okay, would you not have sued them and wanted that money?
no, trust me, I would sue
Okay.
the heck out of McDonald's. Let me be honest with you.
Yeah,
Right.
no, there was like the
But-
back. It was interesting because we went through the whole case study and everything. They had to put temperature regulators on their coffee machines. People have to like check this stuff before they do it. They have the label on it now.
hmm
But no, that coffee was like boiling in the cup in her hand.
Even if it was, you assume as a normal person that
Coffee's hot.
Coffee's hot. Unless you're
Yeah.
like, hey, I want an iced coffee. Bless me. Bless me right now. Bless me
got-
Bless me
I
right
got
now.
frostbite from my iced macchiato.
Yeah, it's that kind of thing. It's like, okay.
Okay, yeah, but if it's too hot,
What do you mean too? I mean, it's not like she like grabbed the cup and like her hand caught on fire.
You're mad because you didn't do it.
like,
I'm
that's
mad
what
'cause
I'm
I didn't do
saying.
it.
It's-
You're
yeah.
mad because
Yeah.
it's not in
You
your
didn't
pocket.
think about
Because
it.
it's not in my bag.
Yeah.
And I didn't get. Yeah.
You too.
Or it's like if you slip in Walmart and be like, there was no wet floor sign.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No fast I'd sue.
Heck yeah. Not that you need to, but
Ow.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't I need to?
I don't know.
Okay.
Okay.
Let's
Is that
hear
it?
all of this. Let's hear all of your might I recommend.
Oh, like it's not. Like it doesn't sound good.
No, it sounds good. I'm just
Oh, this guy. Okay.
Mr. Motivational Speaker.
Shut your
That's
mouth.
what I see
Thank
when
you,
I look
Mr.
at this.
President.
Okay. Whatever. All right. I want you to rate yourself.
What does that even mean?
Like, as far as I guess there's multiple ways to do this.
That's
We can
a-
actually do it like in a fun way later.
I have to do this a lot actually.
For
I have
what?
a School of Military Science class, and it's about intentional leadership and stuff, and so I have to rate myself like every week.
Okay.
I gave myself like a 6 out of 10 last week
Mhm.
because I think I'm a pretty solid dude.
Mhm.
But my inability to care what like others that aren't important to me think about myself, and my lack of a filter dropped me down by 4 points.
That's a lot. No, I mean like rate yourself as far as like with the cards you've been dealt. How much like success have you turned out?
A 10 out of 10.
Okay.
Just kidding. Okay.
Yeah, be honest with yourself.
I don't know. This is like self-reflection. I
Mhm.
need time to think that over.
Okay.
I think in that sense I'm a 10 out of 10 because I have a lot of opportunities that others aren't afforded. Like especially like as a half Filipino, I'm not trying to go that way,
Oh,
but like
serious? Are
dang
you
it.
serious?
like comparatively to the rest of my
Oh
family.
God.
But like as a half Filipino, I like in that sense alone out of my mom's family, I drew the good card.
Mhm.
I was born the half white. No, so I had.
We're gonna have to cut that in post.
But so I got a lot more from I don't know. I my parents worked hard, so I didn't have to. But at the end of the day, I still have some appreciation of that, and I'm not like a spoiled brat.
Mhm.
Like I still drive around. I drove a used car. I drove a used truck. Yeah, and
Still do.
we didn't have to pay anyone to get me into this college. That's the good part.
Yeah.
Uncle
Alright.
Sam's paying for college, which is good.
Uncle Sam.
I don't have to go in the military to
Shout
do
out
that.
to your dad for being a complete BA.
Yeah, no, I've learned a lot from my intercultural studies class about like privilege.
Mhm.
Like, cause I went in and I was like, I do not care what you have to say about privilege,
Mhm.
and it's had to like, I'll like text my dad and be like, hey, we were talking about white privilege today. Thanks for making sure I could go to college, Dad.
Well, it's a little broader than just being a white kid. you
No,
know?
it is.
It's so much more
We talk-
deeper than
We
that.
talk about all of it. We talk about
Yeah.
We talk about black privilege, Hispanic privilege.
Yeah.
We go
Yeah.
into all that.
Yeah, if you bring an argument to me and it's like, hey, you have white privilege, but I have a privilege because of X, Y, or Z that I have and you don't,
Mhm.
It's like male privilege. Okay, if you can't just bring an argument to me saying that I have male privilege because there's things that, women are afforded that men aren't. So there's kind of privileges. There's kind of, it's one of those things where it's like the grass is always greener on the other side kind of
Yeah.
thing.
Very good class. INST 210 or something like that. Take it. If
Shut
you
up.
go to A&M, take INST 210. I'm sorry, I don't remember my professor's name. I feel really bad.
Okay. Anyway, so this whole point, that all being said, because I was listening to a podcast and, shout out to whatever the podcast is. I don't remember the name.
It's probably better.
Wow.
What?
It's probably better.
Yeah, it's probably better because if I say the name, then I'm like being paid to
Yeah.
promote it
Yeah, so
somehow.
don't do that.
Say it.
Yeah, that's not actually how plugs work, folks. For those of you who don't know.
Get the gun out of the screen.
Yeah, seriously.
Don't let them know this is forced.
Yeah. Anyway, so they were talking about like it was this one guy that was a successful comedian, and he he was talking about like what from getting to where he is now from like the cards that he'd been dealt, and that led me to believe. No, he was saying that some girl like commented on his Instagram and was saying like, you know, hey, you're really not funny. Like I don't think that you're funny. You're really crappy at your job. And he was like, man, and it was like late or early in the morning, like 2 in the morning. And he somehow felt the need to like DM her, and he was like, what is your life like that you're like DMing me? And she was like, you know, she answered it honestly. She was like, I got 2 jobs, you know, I'm working at like 2 different fast food restaurants. And he was like, you're telling me that I'm not funny or successful when literally you're working 2 jobs and I have exponentially more amount of money than you and I'm more successful. And that does not to say that he was like given everything. Like he started out doing crap like that. Mm-hmm. So that led me to believe something about like there's a difference between your micro successes and macro successes. So like you can kind of judge a person's, not judge, but you can kind of rate a person's success in 2 different genres or 2 different categories. I would say like I rate, you know, my success on a micro level, but I wouldn't want anybody else to kind of like see those kind of things because it's stuff that may be personal to me. It's stuff that may be like a goal that I set for myself that nobody really would see other than like people that are really close to me. But then there's macro successes that are like, you know, it's evident that I'm in a position of power that I worked hard for, mm-hmm. and that I wasn't just given or that I didn't just inherit. It's like something that you know, it was evident that I was seeking that goal out. Like, hey, on my Instagram, I'm gonna post about how I'm a civil engineering student at, you know, Texas A&M University, the best school for engineering in Texas. And then when I graduate and become a PE, okay. Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like, you judge that kind of success more than you do, like, hey, I'm going to go to the gym today.
Right. Because I would be like, okay, and? Like,
yeah, exactly. So it's like, because you make those own goals for yourself on the daily basis.
So what would you rate yourself?
So what would I rate myself? So that's what I'm saying. Like, so on a micro level, mm-hmm. at least in the past couple of weeks, probably like a 5, maybe 6 out of 10.
Let me ask this. Is this because I said I was more successful than Harry Styles last night?
No. I had this down before you even said that. But your argument and the argument that came after yours were both freaking stupid. Both of them were dumb.
I think that's a micro one.
It is a micro.
Judge on micro.
Yeah. Well, you can't. But how can you judge on a micro level when you really might not even know, like, what the person's goals are?
I don't know.
Like you just judged Harry Styles on a monetary level.
Gosh, right.
Like
that's tattoo.
Yeah.
Okay, but that's not really a success. That's just somebody wanted to get a tattoo.
A bad one.
Yeah, it's a bad tattoo objectively, but that doesn't. Yeah, that doesn't. Yeah, it could mean something to him, and he mm-hmm. values it somehow. Whatever. I don't care. Nobody cares. But
I care.
Okay, cool. The argument that was presented, and again, this didn't have anything to do with last night, but the argument presented was Harry Styles is more successful because he has more money. But that's not necessarily true.
No.
You know? Like,
he's put that in his songs that it doesn't matter.
That it really doesn't matter, man. And he would be just as successful, just as popular if he gave all his money away. Probably more successful.
Probably more happy, too.
If he gave all of his money away, he would be just as successful. And if he had, you know, absolutely no money, he would still have a ginormous following, still sell, you know, millions and millions of dollars of records, millions and millions of dollars of content, if he started merchandise, if he started his own production company, whatever. He still has all that just because he started from nothing, then he went to that stupid boy band One Direction, then he made a bunch of money on doing that. And you can say, like, whether or not, like, you like the band or not, it is objectively successful. No, listen to me. It is objectively successful. Like, it doesn't matter your opinion on it. Like for example, and you know, then I started to think about Donald Trump, right?
Who?
The president of the United States. Okay, so
your president, yeah.
You know, unfortunately, he is your president. Sorry, he's your president. Sorry, sucks for you. But objectively, he's everyone's president, and you may like him, you may not. You may hate him, and you may think that he is Hitler and a Nazi and whatever. Okay, it doesn't matter. Okay, because he is more successful not because of the money, but because of like his
Twitter.
prestige, not his Twitter, but because of his position
Micro.
of his position of power.
That's his micro success.
Yeah, Twitter is micro success for sure.
Every day
And then I started to think about Obama. People can say Obama was the best president in the world. People can say that he literally did nothing for African American people. People can say that he was the most divisive president in our country. But it doesn't matter. Objectively, the dude as a person is a beast. Obama is a beast,
That's
just
our
as a
president.
person. Not anymore.
Well,
but
still is.
But no, not anymore.
Yeah.
Not anymore.
Okay.
Okay, you're 4 years
So you would rate
late.
yourself a 6 out of 10.
Just on a micro level. On a
Okay.
macro level, I think I'm not where I want to be yet. But from the
Deep.
cards that I've been dealt, probably like
Your cards.
8.2.
You remember that joke?
What?
You and your cards.
You and my cards.
You
Yeah.
always play
Shout out,
your cards.
shout out to Austin's cards.
Austin
Aw.
always plays
Shout out to
cards.
Austin's cards. He's gonna be on the show next week. But
Oh.
he's gonna be on the show next week. Austin and his cards. They're coming back.
Yeah.
They're back. Okay, no, but I'm just saying. And then I really just started thinking about Obama, right? Because like, guy is not a very popular president objectively, as far as like his policies and what he did. People don't really don't have a high approval rate of what he's actually done. But he's America's dad still. Everybody like loves Obama on a personal level for the most part. Like at least with Obama, because people can't do this with Trump now. People can't separate his policies from his personality.
Yeah.
Obama, you can separate them because his, policy wise, not a great president, but person wise, great dad to his daughters, great husband to his wife, just a standout guy that I would want to model my family after to some degree. Just he has a great sense of humor. He went on with Zach Galifianakis on Between Two Ferns. Great, funny show.
That was hilarious.
It was hilarious, and he has a great sense of humor, and he kind of played along with that whole like thanks Obama joke, So he's just a great guy. You can separate that from his policies. So like, do you think that somebody as a person, would you attribute success to somebody's like personality? Like if they can have a successful personality versus like, oh, he's a total like, a-hole, but he's the executive of a company kind of thing. So it's kind of like, where do you judge that
do you draw
macro
the
success? Where do you draw the line?
Ooh.
Yeah,
Happiness. That's what I judge off of.
happiness or joy?
Ooh.
I
That's
think-
my word for this year. Joy.
What?
Wow, why?
Wait,
What are you
what is?
talking about?
Explain the difference between happiness and
Okay,
joy.
happiness is where like, you're surrounded by great people, or something nice happened to you. You had a great night one night,
Yeah.
but then you kind of go back, and you're at home by yourself, and you're still like lonely or like depressed. Joy is where like you may not have the best day, you may get fired from your job, but at the end of the day, you go home and you're still like grateful for what you do have, and you have like just a foundation of like joy, and it might not even be a good day. Like your husband of 80 years could die, but you're still sad. Your husband.
Yeah.
You're heartbroken, right? But at the end of the day, you come back and you're like, you know what? I'm joyful because, I have so much that I still, have.
Like
I still have my.
in every situation.
Yeah, like I still have like my faith. I still have my house. I still have this. I still have this. I still have the opportunity to do this.
Mm-hmm.
That kind of thing.
Okay. Neither. No, I judge my success based on like how happy I am. Like if I'm enjoying my time, if I'm having all I have are bad thoughts.
The joke. Yeah.
If I'm like enjoying like if like I guess that is joy. No, because like I go out and I shovel horse poo poo at the end of the day after what like 6 hours of classes.
Yeah.
Just to go back to a formation where I have to stand there
Mm-hmm.
and then do my training thing and then go back, do homework, eat a crappy dinner, and then go like manage like calling my family, doing my homework, maintaining my relationship, doing my personal time with God.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm like enjoying all of that mix, like I'm still like not going to bed like, why am I here?
Yeah.
Why, God?
Yeah.
No, if I'm going to bed like with a smile on my face, that's how I know I'm successful.
Mhm.
I don't see success as like a slope. I see it as a yes or no.
Mm-hmm.
So
Okay.
that's how I view it.
All right.
Go ahead.
My turn.
And right now,
It's a prayer circle.
I was
right now my
inspired right
box is checked yes. So
Yeah,
that's how
okay.
I judge.
Okay.
No, no, I would agree with that, and because my word was like joy, and it described it on Google somewhere, like some way, just finding like goodness in every situation instead of like going back and being like, ugh, this happened to me, like why? But like, you know, being like, what good can I see out of it instead of like moping around and like. So it's been tough, but like.
Yeah. Well, you got a lot going for you.
Oh.
How
That's,
do you,
I,
It's
that's
kinda
why
hard
I
not
go
to
back
be-
to
it's
my
hard
10
not
out
to
of
be
10.
joyful, you know.
how do
I've
you
just been
pick
blessed.
a word of the year? What is that? What is that? BuzzFeed or?
No, I'm in a prayer
Yeah.
group,
Oh.
and so we all like picked a word, like, and so mine was like
Okay.
joy. For
Yeah,
some reason that stuck out.
I've been
stood out.
exploring all that little stuff. I found out my love language is words of affirmation.
Really?
Yeah,
I wouldn't see that.
I like being.
I feel like you just like, nah, I don't care what you have to say.
no,
about
no,
me.
no. Words of affirmation from people that are important
That he
to
can't-
me.
See,
That's,
thank you.
Yes.
Thank
that's how
you.
that's what your love language is by like the person, like the people closest to you, not just people out on the street.
Like,
Well,
if-
that's what you're saying. That's why I was saying we're not gonna have this discussion. But that's why I was saying that like, because
That's your
you
love
asked me
language,
you
touch
asked
and
me
words of
you asked me like why does what I have to say affect you so much, and it's like, well, because I care a lot about you, so what you say I'm gonna care a lot about.
Yeah.
If Joe Schmo walking down the street in the
Joe
Walmart parking lot says that, you know, I look ugly, I'll be like, cool, dude, have a good night. Don't care about you. Don't know you. I don't have a relationship with you that I'm actively investing in. So I don't care.
yeah, no, that's how. Like my buddies always make a good joke about this because like we'll be stretching in like an area we're not supposed to because it's important to like someone else on the club.
Yeah.
And someone will say like, "Hey, y'all need to leave," and I'll like say something mean stuff and be like, "You know, you're an a-hole, dude." And I'll be like, "Okay, yeah,
Yeah.
I am." But like, if one of my buddies tells me like, "Dude, you know you're an a-hole," I'll be like,
Man,
"What'd I do?"
I don't think so, man. No, no.
so your
See-
love language is?
Huh?
What's your love language? This is Josh.
Touch and words of affirmation.
Now, for those of you close to me that have your wallets in hand, it is in fact gifts.
Right. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, for those of you who are patrons, it is in fact gifts.
The podcast love language.
The podcast, yeah.
is gifts.
My financial love language is gifts.
Oh my god.
But no, I mean, so I kind of judge myself, and like you kind of have to keep yourself accountable. But like the way I see success is like not, and that literally what all I just said isn't like what I actually think. It's just what as like if you are going to decide to like start judging people on their success, you have to do it like objectively, right? But what I think of success is like for me, I don't really care what Joe Schmo walking. Gosh, man, you got some gas, man. I'm telling you. But I don't really care what Joe Schmo has to say about my success because I don't care. Now, if like one of y'all were like, "Hey, you know, you're slacking. I don't really think that you're doing all that you can do to
You
be."
would cry.
I wouldn't cry, but I'd beat myself up over
You
it.
might cry.
I wouldn't cry.
You might cry.
Just a little.
I'll hold
Maybe
you
just
though.
a little. Okay, hold me. Okay.
That restaurant we went to last night
Oh yeah.
played Break Even. You know, by what's that band that we always used to sing? She's
System of a Down.
no. They do where were you? Where were you?
The script.
Yeah, the script. Break Even by the script. Played it 3 times within 30 minutes.
Somebody is in their feels.
No, and I could
Someone
hear
was
it.
there.
I could hear because she's all in. I'd hear it. I'd be like, Break Even again?
Yeah. For the third time.
Yeah,
Wow.
on Valentine's too. They're playing Break Even.
Oh, somebody's had a hard night. Yeah. No, but the
Yeah,
way.
Happy 1 year, Josh.
Yeah, happy 1 year for you, to you and Sam.
To me and her.
Yeah, on that
And
on
me.
behalf of the third. Okay.
We were
I
talking
guess-
about that the other day. I was like, you know, because I was very simple about it. I was like, hey, you want to be my girlfriend? that was like, we had not known each other for a long amount of time. I was like, hey, you want to be my girlfriend?
The way to
You
every
was
girl's
like-
heart.
Okay.
Probably.
Probably.
Like, did you ever see that go into your ear? We're like, oh.
Wow.
I don't know. I guess.
Yeah, that's surprising. But y'all seem to work out. I can see how y'all compliment each other.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, so like I was saying, I mean, like with the whole like do more thing, like that's sort of been like my word of the last couple
check
months.
your box.
What are they
Did you do more today?
Did I? Yeah, did
That's-
because I think at least for me, and I know you do, and like you're kind of getting to see it a little more. Like I hold myself to like a higher standard than I'm actually capable of doing.
But not my standard, because
Your standard's so
You're way too
ridiculously
high.
higher. Yeah.
Not my
It's just
standard.
Check your
ridiculous. No,
couldn't
yeah,
understand,
no,
but
it's
it's not my
ridiculous.
standard.
Yeah, so it's like kind of it's not obtainable for me, but it's like I kind of hold myself to a higher standard than even I can obtain, because it just makes me like go the extra mile. Like when I think that I'm like spent emotionally or physically or like academically.
You
Just
go to the
keep
gym.
going. Just keep, when I'm like when I've had like
more.
if I've been on campus for 10 hours and I've had a 10-hour day, I'm just completely dead. I've had differential equations and statics.
12.
Yeah, that's what it is, man. That's what it is. Because like no, like you laugh, but that's
Yeah,
really
I
the
know what
that's
you
really
mean. That's what goes through
the
your mind,
mentality. It's like okay, but I have the opportunity to go these 12 hours. Some people don't have the opportunity, and I'm completely on my own, right? So there's no excuse for me to like, say that, oh, but it was given to me or whatever. Like I didn't really inherit anything. So it's not like I'm saying that, oh, I'm white, so I have these things, these opportunities. No, it's saying that like I've been given these things, these opportunities to go out and get a job, to go out and learn, to go out and work out. So I'm gonna make the most of it. I'm gonna go like completely invest all of my facets in these things, because some people don't have the ability, some people don't have legs, some people don't have the ability to learn
Private
on a fast
jets.
level. Or what?
What?
Okay. Yeah,
We
whatever.
got no legs thing. I see a guy in the rec like 3 out of the 5 days I go, and he just goes by himself, and he's in a wheelchair, and he'll just hop out onto the bench press, like load his stuff up, just
Baller.
Gah.
Complete baller.
I'm like, what the heck?
See, I'm
Absolutely
glad you're like that,
no
because it like
excuses.
pushes me to want to do like.
Yeah.
If someone was like me, like if I was dating someone that was like literally like me, like nothing would probably get done.
Mhm.
So you inspire me
Good.
to do more.
Good.
I
Yeah,
appreciate it.
I noticed that
Is that
that's like-
copyrighted somewhere, or can we get like merchandise that says that?
for what?
Do
Do
more.
more?
Oh, I think we can.
With a rainbow on it.
Because I just thought it. I didn't see it anywhere.
Can we get a not like a swoosh, but like just an
Do more.
angled line?
Yeah.
A
Do more.
swoosh.
Yeah. We can just put the Throne Room logo on there and then just
Wow. Stand by
I'm
for
on
stand by for
merchandise.
merch. Yeah. Do more. And then our last names on the back. I don't know.
I got my pull-out name, our nickname for
Oh, yeah.
our white belt year.
It's what is it? It's like Pinyak.
It's my last name with a tilde over the
Yeah,
end
yeah.
because they knew there was nothing more or less that could make me matter
Mm-hmm.
than the unoriginality of my last name.
Yeah, just giving you your last name back in your face.
That was good.
That's bad.
Jeez.
But yeah, but I'm not like immune to it. Like if I'm around people that are like doing more, that's gonna push me. You know,
Do more.
you're just gonna have the discipline to go out and do it. Now, one more thing before we kind of go into anything else.
Go down the rabbit hole.
Yeah, go down the rabbit hole of
Burns really
Antarctica
bad.
and crazy stuff. And we're going to talk about your topic suggestions, so if you're still here, check them out. Anyway, so rest days are very important in working out.
You're welcome.
So, all that being said, after all I just said about, hey, do more, don't burn yourself out, because I
also
went...
do
Do
less.
more by doing less.
Yeah.
You can still do more
Well,
by
also do
really, I mean, do more as in by, when you need it, invest in yourself. When you need to take a break for your body to heal, do it. Because I was going, maybe 2 months. I was 2 months every day, at least an hour and a half of just beating the crap out of my body in the gym. And so I literally got burnt out, and there was days where I would go to the gym and I'd just be like, blah, like I feel weak, and I know that I'm stronger than that,
Yeah.
and so I was, so I just took maybe, what was it, 1 or 2 days, 3 days off, and I got back at the gym, man, and I was throwing weight around, like, so it really does help, and I've noticed a difference in my body, and I'm not really eating a lot. I'm not eating like as much as I should, and even after those rest days, my body like bulked up because
You're welcome.
Yeah, and she kind of encouraged me just to take me days, and I was like, no,
Spot
Not
A.
taking me days. Who do you think I am?
See what happens.
I
if you listen to
gotta
me?
make money. I
have
gotta
to do more.
I have to do more, yeah. But take rest days, a couple days, 1 or 2 days to kind of let your body
You
rejuvenate.
can do more by doing less.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
I'm gonna put that on the shirt.
Anyway, that's the end of my spiel.
Now we dive into the rabbit hole.
Yeah. Oh, before let's get to the topic suggestion. Let's get to the topic suggestions because I want to get into this. So, we got 2 topic suggestions. One about not Baker Mayfield, Johnny Manziel, and I kind of want to add this what he means to A&M as in a whole, like not just football. And then we have no-knock warrants. Do you know about no-knock warrants?
No.
Okay. No-knock warrants is basically where if a judge signs off on a warrant, they can go to your house without like knocking or ringing the doorbell. Typically what'll happen is they'll be like police, and then they'll just open the door and come in and search your crap.
Oh no.
So that's a real thing.
Okay.
How'd that come up?
I don't know. I just asked for topic suggestions, and one of our listeners dropped that in there. So no-knock warrants. So do you agree with that? What's your take on it?
No, because in my little dorm world, like guys will just barge in, but like there's like if it's not someone you're on a close level with, you knock.
Yeah.
Or if you're a female, you knock. And so like they have to wait for you to say like decent or like enter.
Mhm.
So for all you know, I'm sitting there with like no clothes on, just got out of the shower, and so like so like if someone's coming to do an actual inspection, they'll be like, and then they'll be like inspection, and you're like, hold on, let me put pants on, or let me get out of bed. Yeah, but so like it's like understood that you like if you're doing inspection, you don't just you're getting inspected.
Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of like. Well, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, was that like a thing because sometimes when they're like police and they like wait for someone to come open the door, the person that they're trying to find is already like gone out the back door. So is that what they're trying to like? Avoid?
I feel like
I don't know.
I feel like it's good against like the right person.
Right.
Yeah, I mean we're talking about like the Unabomber.
Yeah.
Right.
I think you just kicked down that guy's door.
That's what I'm saying. So I guess I get it because he could be gone down the street by the time you're like.
I wouldn't want Hannibal Lecter to get kind of a warning that hey the cops are here.
Yeah.
But at the same time, the libertarian in me says can't go knock down somebody's door.
Right.
Because they have liberty and they have.
Where do we draw the line?
They have property. Well, you draw the line at like complete psychopath. I think that's pretty obvious.
Well,
it's pretty obvious actually. So actually, why are you still here? Actually, you sit. No.
Careful.
I know this thing is like bending.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so that's one. Other one, great topic suggestion. Thank you so much. Shout out. I think it was Duncan actually.
Oh.
Shout out Duncan.
That makes sense. Duncan.
Shout out Duncan. Thanks for watching and keeping up with us
Alright, that's
and
it.
dropping your
Gotta
topic suggestion. Also, okay, so Johnny Manziel. I was saying about this too. This isn't somebody that we used to know. So this is I don't know your username off the top of my head, but thank you for dropping your topic suggestion. Johnny Manziel means more to A&M than just football. And you can if you like, and I actually looked up a graph, like. The enrollment of Texas A&M before Johnny Manziel, during and after. Because people, I mean, when they watch Johnny Manziel play, they're like, I want to go to that school and watch somebody like that.
Yeah.
You know? What are you acting like I'm crazy?
Are they all like that?
Huh?
Are they all like that?
Are they all like what?
No, that's what Johnny Manziel.
Yeah, oh, he's something completely insane. So it's like...
Okay.
Like a high school kid trying to figure out where he wants to go to college, is watching college football, watching Johnny Manziel play freaking Alabama, who's a dynasty, still is, and completely destroying the Alabama defense, which was the number one in the nation at that point. And they want to go to that school because they want to be on that guy's team. So the enrollment for the school, I mean, it's going up as Johnny Manziel's playing, and it still is. I mean, we're the largest university in America right now as far as enrollment, like 70,000 or something like that. So, I mean, the things that he's done for the school is more than just football, than just winning football games, than just coming back, by 4 touchdowns to Duke.
Okay, so I've also heard that the president, whatever his name is, Young.
Yeah.
Is like he's also just wanting it to be the biggest university, so it's like he's kind of just like letting people in now. I've also heard that.
Well, he's not really making a decision.
No, but like he's wanting it to be bigger, so obviously, he's like, yeah, just let him in.
Get on
Type
in here.
situation.
Yeah.
Because he's wanting it to be the biggest.
Well, I mean, it already is. So.
I mean, growing,
Yeah. But no, I mean, it's sad that dude with that much talent got burnt out so quickly. He never really had a good year in the NFL. Like, Tim Tebow had 1 year where they went to the playoffs.
Yeah.
Another great college quarterback. Only had 1 good year with the Broncos. After that, went to crap. Manziel never even had that opportunity to be good.
What team did he went for? The Browns.
It was the Browns,
Yeah.
The
Okay,
Bengals.
yeah.
The Bengals.
The
yeah.
Bengals.
Now he went to the Browns. And he said on Twitter that, like, he's done. Unless he goes to the XFL. He played in the AAF last year.
Yeah.
Didn't do great. Threw like 6 interceptions. So, not great.
Yeah, I don't see any much more for him. He's
No.
just kind of like, I think he'll just forever live on as like 12th man royalty.
Yeah. I mean,
Oh,
dude's A&M Hall of Fame.
they want to let him know that you're now on a team?
Huh?
You're on a team now?
Oh, I'm on an intramural team.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
I didn't do intramurals this year.
Yeah.
I did intramural softball with my like service org last year.
Yeah.
And it was really funny because like, I don't know, you're just like throwing soft pitches and like every
Yeah.
hit's like, oh,
Yeah.
that's gone.
Yeah. We got freaking Jesus. We got Aaron Hernandez. Not Aaron Hernandez.
Aaron Hernandez did not play baseball.
Wow. Yeah. That
Who
was
am I
really
thinking
good.
of?
Just retire.
I'm thinking of another.
Last episode, goodbye.
I'm thinking of another Hernandez that I thought. I don't know anything about baseball, so
I don't either. Other than that, I watched the Astros. That's
yeah, I
all
watched
the
the
baseball
Astros.
I know.
Yeah,
It's
the
like-
Astros and the series and the yeah.
I think they play in this like series that involves the world.
Oh, I think I know what you're talking about, but I can't think of
Yeah, and they
Alex Rodriguez.
that.
and they hit the
Hernandez,
ball.
Yeah. Yeah,
And it goes really
we got
far.
we got A-Rod over here hitting balls out of the park.
That's gone.
Gone forever, hitting dingers.
Yeah.
So those are topic suggestions. Thank you so much. We love talking about what you want to talk about. So go on the Instagram, on the Twitter, DM us. Let us know what you want to talk about.
What's up? What's going on?
I don't even know. But these conspiracy theories.
Okay.
I don't know what you had. I had a few of my favorites.
I really
pulled
didn't
up.
have anything because it was on
Oh.
last week's episode.
So this one's really weird because it was actually true. Is Operation Northwood.
Mm.
And this was back during like the whole Cold War.
Mm.
So this was a plan that our government had popped up to do do terrorist attacks in the US and blame it on Cuba to incite war with them.
What's up?
Yeah, this is like actual stuff that's been leaked. Our own government was going to carry out terrorist attacks on US soil and then make it look like Cuba did it.
Dude.
And it never went through. It never happened. But like they had like the targets, the funerals ready. They were gonna get the funerals ready and everything.
So what you're saying is Bush did 9/11.
Yes, that's where this spirals into. Is people like, oh, you don't think they wouldn't do this? Look at
Mhm.
Operation Northwood.
Mm-hmm.
You don't think they would have carried this out? That's what people always point to is when like something's like, you don't think the government wouldn't like insinuate these mass shootings to carry out an agenda?
Or maybe not even, something violent. You don't think China has the capacity to make a virus
Oh yeah.
that is highly lethal and highly contagious and just give it to its own people that somehow it spreads worldwide? You don't think they have the facilities to do that?
Yeah, they could.
They could definitely do
Don't have the
that.
facilities for that.
But no, that's where like most anti-government conspiracies stem from. They always like, you don't think this could happen? Look at this.
Yeah.
Because it's not like Operation Northwood's a conspiracy theory. There's like documents that
Documents,
are like
yeah.
actual proof
Yeah.
that there's like they had like whole op boards planned out for like how it was gonna go down with
For
like
what?
like they were gonna bomb a U.S. base. They were gonna reach.
Well, no, but like for what? Like, what's the purpose on blaming it on Cuba?
Oh, because it was during the Cold War. Like
Oh,
when
okay.
Cuba was putting the missiles in there, so they'd be like,
Yeah.
"Look, let us invade them," because people like don't go to war with Cuba, don't go to war with Russia.
Yeah.
And there was gonna be like, "Look, we need to look what they're doing to us.
Right.
Look what
Yeah.
they did to us."
Yeah.
It was like, no.
Wow. That's bad. I wonder if that, like, other than the 9/11, because that's what people go to the most. Like, what other smaller things that might not get as much attention because there's not 2,000 people that
School
die in one
shootings, that's
day.
what people put it on.
Yeah, you know.
People always link school shootings to Operation Northwood.
Wow.
They're like, you don't think how easily they could have given a gun to someone like mentally ill and been like, go to school.
That's dark.
Yeah.
Dude, let's get
gotta
Alex
go.
Jones on here.
He's that's where I've heard him reference it before.
Yeah.
I've heard him reference Operation Northwood many times because you know how
Yeah.
he's like a school shooting denier.
Right. Well, not
He's a
anymore.
yeah, not anymore.
He said Sandy Hook was a fake thing, but he since retracted
Yeah.
that statement. He since retracted that statement.
So that's
Very
pretty
insensitive.
bad.
Yeah. It's,
I need to stop.
can't
eating
say
those.
that. Yeah, you do.
But I mean, like,
You're gonna
no,
get an
you
ulcer.
look at like the Las
No.
Vegas shooting, and there's a lot of like bad evidence, and we still don't. It was a meme the other day
Mhm.
that Spill laid it out, and I
Yeah.
was like, wow.
Not as bad. Is it too soon to talk about Las Vegas?
Yeah.
I don't know. See, that's the thing too. Is like you can't really be like, oh, that didn't happen because it did,
Yeah.
and people were there, but like. It's almost sacrilegious to call into question why it happened.
Yeah. Right.
Because, you know, if it's like your kid that happened to, you're like, I don't know. It's because bad gun laws. And it's kind of hard to be like, no, it's not. You just lost someone. You can't speak on this. But,
Mhm.
like, there is a hard fact that this was, like, set up.
Yeah.
But you almost, like, and that's why, like, all these
It's
conspiracy
still a tragedy regardless.
that's why all these
you know?
conspiracy theorists are crazy, because as the people with no filter, they're like, look, I'm sorry your kid died, but the government did it.
Yeah, you can't. You gotta be a little more sensitive to that.
Yeah, and like that's why they're all like crazy conspiracy theorists. There's no
Yeah.
like sane one that's like,
Yeah.
well, when you really look at it,
I mean, objectively, the Earth is not flat.
I can't believe you just said that.
Yeah. Or like those are like crazy conspiracy theorists. It's like, come on, dude.
At the end of the day, though, like, how do you know?
Do you want me to
my
explain
gosh.
relativity to you? Not even that. Like, let's forget about let's forget about relativity real quick.
No, but I'm telling you, it's like you can see how easily it is to question everything because you're like, well, who told you that? The schools, the
No,
government,
math.
math made by who? The system.
Okay, but I can prove to you that math just wasn't just made up. We discovered it.
It's easy to call stuff into like it was the same episode that Joe Rogan had
Alex on.
Alex on, and the guy was like, because I can fly from a plane to here to here. He goes, yeah, you can, but what's to say they don't just take you in a straight line and there's no curve or anything? He's like, there's no difference in flying on a globe and flying on a flat thing. Just saying that you can, and I was like, he's not wrong.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. But that's still a weak argument.
It is, but it's still crazy to think about. And no, so I remember it was a few episodes ago I said we'd talk about the Antarctica stuff.
Yeah, I was interested in that.
Yeah, so I was looking more into it. So the Nazis were obsessed with Antarctica.
Yep.
Like that was the first like project Hitler was on, was like, let's get some people to Antarctica.
Mhm.
And you know all about like the Thule Society?
Mm.
That's like the Nazis' like occult division.
Okay.
Yeah, so they were the ones in charge of it.
The what division?
Thule, Thuul, I think is how it's spelled.
Okay.
And so this was the division of the Nazis. So you have like your scientists, and then you have your like religious, mystic, occult people.
Yeah.
That's the Thule Society.
Oh, okay.
And so their belief was that like Antarctica was where the Aryan race came from.
Whoa.
That's like where the mother race came from, was Antarctica. Like
Wow.
that's where the godlike, otherworldly species came and set us down at, where Adam and Eve came from. All
The
this-
Garden of Eden's in Antarctica.
Something like that. But
Okay.
so they went up there because there's like no one had been up there yet, and there's like these pyramid-shaped mountains that you can see on satellite images,
Okay.
and they've been proven to be mountains. At
Mhm.
least that's what we're told. But like they were like, but no one had been up there yet, so like we gotta go look at this stuff.
Yeah.
Because that's like the pyramids of Egypt, and they're like,
Mm.
and the aliens definitely built that.
Mhm.
So they sent this whole like bunch of the German army up there, Navy resources, Air Force resources, and that's where most of the Thule Society went. And then they'd have like other Thule officers going around like the world for other occult stuff. And they were like talking about like, I've seen stuff about how they like allegedly found like the underground city
Oh,
and like everything was
like the City of Gold.
no, like Atlantis, because that
Oh,
was the
yeah.
other thing. They were like,
Okay.
maybe Atlantis, because Antarctica, like according to like science, didn't used to be ice.
Mm-hmm.
It used to just be normal, and then it like got water over it, and then the ice froze.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so they're like, that's where Atlantis was, and
Okay.
it froze under the water and the ice,
Okay.
and so that, and then they're like, that's the utopian city. That's where the Aryans came from,
Okay.
and so they're like, there's like Thule like research and stuff about how they had these like underground cities that they had to like repressurize and pump air into once they excavated them,
Right.
and that's where they set up. So people still think the Nazis are in Antarctica.
Oh wow. Like
They-
hiding out,
Yeah, in Atlantis.
trying to rebuild.
But so then also the U.S. had something. So they called it Base 211. That's what it was called, and they set up their like Thule home base inside of Atlantis, the subterranean city.
Okay.
And so the U.S. also started doing stuff that's called like Operation High Junk, and they started sending U.S. assets to Antarctica to claim the territory
Yeah,
before
before Nazis did. Yeah.
and I mean that's not like stuff like there's like a
Yeah.
combat ribbon for serving
yeah,
up
yeah,
in
yeah.
the Antarctic Circle.
Yeah. Wow.
So they sent people up there.
Oh wow.
And there's like actual recorded like engagements between U.S. forces and German forces in the Arctic Circle.
Well, Nazis didn't have. Look at you. Nazis didn't have a good track record of cold.
Yeah,
they
they
got
did.
cut off by Russia. So.
Well, no one has a good track record of cold and Russians, but
Right. Yeah.
but they found stuff up there allegedly
Where do you think they found?
in Atlantis.
Atlanta. You
No,
think they found? Actually
Atlantis
found
sounds a lot like Antarctica.
No. Well, I think they actually
Ain't it kind of funny how they both start with A?
they found some like submarine city.
Yeah.
It was like ruins of like some old Mayan city that's
Mhm.
underground, and it's like a coral now. There's like steps that are like man-made, and they have like chisel marks on them. So it's like evidently this is like some place that humans used to inhabit, but just tides changed, and obviously.
Yeah, and they were saying that's where the Aryan place came from.
Yeah.
And so they were trying to find their advanced technology in there to use in the war.
Yeah. I mean, anything pre the seven continental like system could be underwater.
Yeah.
Because Pangea, I mean,
I think Nazi conspiracies are my favorite conspiracies because it's not like some like unknown thing that Hitler was like looking to win the war through like either science or religious stuff.
yeah.
And
Yeah.
that's where all that like Indiana Jones,
Right,
Captain
Crystal
America,
Skull stuff.
all that
too.
stuff comes from because
Yeah.
they were actually looking for that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And
That's
they actually
weird.
carried out some experiments like stuff like human sacrifice and stuff, which is pretty crazy.
Ugh, God, that's a wild belief. First of all, the whole belief that like the Aryan Brotherhood is somehow intrinsically better than anyone else.
Well, there's like it's a Black Power conspiracy. I found out that like in some circles they think white people are aliens from a long time ago that were and that's like there's like biological evidence that like we aren't like meant for this planet like other colored people are, and it would explain how we were so like technologically ahead of like every other, why white people are like superior in technology and everything. And it's this whole thing about like white people are aliens.
What?
Yeah, it's like a
Wait. What biological? Do you know like what biological evidence they're saying that?
because we get sunburn or something.
Okay.
It's pretty interesting. I didn't get to look
Wow.
into. I know I've seen it a while ago, and there's books on this stuff. I've seen some of the like cover art for it,
Yeah.
and it'll be like it's like a white ET alien like touching fingers with a monkey, like a Neanderthal who's all like tan.
What the heck?
It's very interesting, but it's like actual like anti-white propaganda.
Right. Yeah. That's what I was getting to. Like, kind of what? Like, oh, we're aliens now. That's what we are. We're not just.
I don't know. Are you?
We're racist, and we're racist aliens. Is
We
what we're
aren't
getting
just
to.
racist.
We are
We are
racist,
racist
aliens. Yeah. Wow. Wow. That's something else.
Makes me think.
That's Asian.
Probably racist
No,
That's
to some extent.
Nazis though, they had some super like about that like cannon they had that could like hit from like far away. Like there's a picture of it of like all these people standing like on this like cannon on treads, and it can like hit miles away.
Yeah. Well, they have that now. It's called the railgun.
Yeah, that was the original one. They were obsessed with their like super weapons like, through like religious or scientific findings.
Yeah.
Or somewhere in the middle ground.
Dude.
There's like a lot of stuff though about how they used to compete against each other for funding.
If they found out how to split an atom before we did,
We would that
we're done. We're not
time
here.
has
because
We're not here.
The V2 rocket was like technologically like unprecedented
Right.
when they made it and
Yeah.
brought it onto the battlefield.
Yeah.
They would have had like the V2 of nukes before we had a nuke.
Yeah.
They would have been like over
Yeah.
the ocean.
Yeah. Wow, man. It is really scary because, I mean, you're racing against like a whole continent being controlled by one guy.
You know, that's partially why we were successful on D-Day, right? Because he was like so divided on funding between these religious and scientific fanatics that he didn't put enough in the Air Force for them to have air coverage
Yeah.
at the beaches.
Yeah. Wow.
Because if we had that, the boats wouldn't have even made it. to land. They would just
Right.
been
Yeah.
gone right there.
Yeah. I mean, and even still, I mean, I mean, as much as it is a movie, Saving Private Ryan, I've heard does a great job of like depicting like how like close it actually was. You know,
Oh yeah.
like we, by the skin of our teeth, were able to somehow gain control of that beach, just sheer willpower.
Through Earl Rudder.
Yeah.
You know,
Thank-
Rudder
yeah.
Tower is the importance of Rudder Tower, right?
No, go ahead.
It's the
Yeah.
height of the walls of Normandy.
Oh,
And
really?
he was one of the first people to scale up there.
Sure enough. Giga Maggies, as they say.
I'm gonna go admire it now.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why it's there's no there's a mandate in College Station that there can't be another building taller than it.
Yeah. Wow.
But that's the significance of the height. We had the largest bonfire was like 4 feet shy of Rudder Tower.
Man. That is good. That's a good thing to know.
But if they had alien super weapons, dunzo.
Yeah. Not happening. The aliens, if they would have came and talked to Hitler, I don't think, hear me out, I don't think they would have been cool negotiating with Hitler.
Well,
Number one, the
apparently
dude's
he was
cracked out.
communicating them.
With aliens?
Apparently they had like, dude, there's like, you gotta like look into all these Nazi documents from like both like sides, the religious and scientific divisions. They got like blueprints that they've received from like higher beings or like ceremonies from demons and stuff that would help them win the war.
Dude, some of that you gotta be like, okay, this guy's probably not wanting to anger Hitler. Because Hitler was cracked out.
Yeah.
Hitler was on a lot of amphetamines, a lot of heroin. His drug regimen was like Jordan Belfort-esque. I mean, this dude was on every single drug known to man just because he would literally go insane if he didn't. And they were all like technically prescribed, but he was on some crack.
Yeah, who's gonna tell the Fuhrer he can't have his
Right.
cocaine?
Yeah, and so he's telling people that he's putting funding into finding aliens and demons and all this crazy stuff. So who's going to tell Hitler that, hey, you know, maybe aliens don't exist and we need to put more funding into practical things like air support?
Yeah.
So who's going to be that guy to tell Hitler, hey, you're
Well,
putting
like,
money into
not
the wrong
me.
thing?
You know they're like steering him into it too, probably like,
yeah, they're
look
buying
at this
into
Hitler, we
yeah.
can have lasers.
And then oh, you good job. It's an Asian accent.
Yeah.
I don't know. I can't do a Hitler. But then he like promotes them because he's thinking that it's really cool that
And
they're
then
talking to
They're
aliens.
getting a lot of money,
Sure.
not just for their division, but for themselves.
Sure. Yeah.
Because they were like, I talked to an alien today, Hitler.
He's like, oh, let me put more money into it.
Wunderbar.
Yeah. Sauerkraut. Sauerkraut. Okay. Do we have any other things we're going to talk about?
Nope. I don't know how you follow up after that. Whatever the heck just went on between you two.
Nope. Yeah. Anyway, you got any last words? Where where can they find you?
Tinder.
At JPink 1999.
I don't think it's Alex E. Grace?
Alex E. Grace. Yeah.
Something like that.
Basic.
You know where to find me. Go follow the Throne Room on Instagram and Twitter. Go subscribe on YouTube. Go review us on Apple Podcast. go become a patron. We got bonus episodes coming for all of you producers and executive producers. We already got this month's done, so we might do one later this month if we get another patron. Hit us up. Obviously shout-outs are coming through for our interns. And if you give us topic suggestions, I know we didn't really do it. I didn't really prepare for it. But if you give us topic suggestions, we will give you a shout-out as well.
In detail. Cover
Yeah.
them.
Yeah. You got anything else?
No.
Go Bengals.
Bengals.
Yeah, go
Okay.
Bengals. The Cincinnati Bengals.
Thanks so much for watching. What did we say?
What did y'all do last?
Oh,
I can't remember.
no, it was howdy later.
Yeah, howdy.
Okay, howdy later.